What makes an older guy sexy to women? What do women find attractive in an older guy? Even younger women. That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s get immediate results because they don't realize the untapped potential that they have in the dating scene. I hear a lot of these guys say, "It's actually easier now than it was in my 20s." And I think a lot of it stems from this idea that there are actually younger women out there who find older guys instinctively more attractive. Now, I know the first thing anybody says when they hear that is, "It's all about money." I'm sure that if you're watching this, there's a part of your brain that always goes, when you think of older guys being successful with women, there's always a part of the brain that goes, "It's money." I know this because every time I create one of these videos, there are comments from guys saying women only like money. But the truth is that there are plenty of guys out there with average incomes that do really, really well with women, even as they get older. They come out of a divorce, they come out of a long-term relationship, get back into the dating scene and find that it is even easier now. So why is that? Well, because there are a few qualities that older men, when they embrace these qualities, become irresistibly attractive to women. We're going to go over these qualities right now. So the first quality is certainty. Certainty is a very attractive quality. It's believing that you're the best option, that where you choose to go is the best place. What you're interested in is the best. A lot of guys fall into this trap when they lack certainty. And a lot of it is because they have this negative association with the fact that they're getting older, with the fact that they're now unsure of things. They're unsure what music is popular. They are unsure of what places are the cool or trendy places to go to. So they meet a woman. Especially when they meet a younger woman, they begin second-guessing themselves. When they plan a date, they kind of weasel around it to get the woman to choose the place because they're afraid that they might choose the wrong place. Or even in terms of making their move on a woman. I see this all the time with older men where they'll be with a woman who's giving them all the signs in the world, but they kind of tiptoe around it. They don't really believe she could be into them, so they never really make a move. Well, the truth is that certainty is an extremely attractive quality. So believe that you're the best option. And the interesting thing for an older guy is that when a woman meets you, if she's feeling attraction to you, it could go either way very quickly. You can become the creepy older guy, or you can become the sexy older guy. So who determines which role you play into? She's kind of looking at you for the clues, and if you come in and you kind of act all creepy and all like you're doubting yourself, then that's what you're projecting and that's what she's going to react to. But if you come in certain that she should enjoy talking to you, certain that going out on a date with you would be an extremely good choice for her, she's going to react to that. You see older guys all the time who have that attitude. They've been through life and they're very comfortable in the choices they make. And that's what you need to project. Certainty that you're the best option. Number 2 is non-reactive. What does that mean? So non-reactive means that you're able to hold your composure. Because what happens to older guys, especially older guys who are talking to a younger woman, because she often isn't sure about you. On one hand, you could be the sexy, mature, attractive older guy. On the other hand, you could be kind of the creepy older guy and she's really not sure. So she throws out these little tests. And all women do it. They do it to young guys and they do it to old guys. But they tend to do it to old guys more because they need to want to figure you out faster. So they may say something like, "How old are you? You're like my dad's age." Or they might make fun of you in something you're wearing. They might go, "Oh, those shoes you're wearing," or whatever. And what they're doing is they're subconsciously doing it to see if you lose your cool around her. And the more you can keep your composure and let those kind of comments roll off you, the more attractive you become. So if a woman says, "How old are you?" and you start going, "Well, you know, I'm 55, but I look good," and nobody really thinks on that age. My friend, you just failed that test because you reacted to it. You started explaining and justifying yourself. And she immediately goes, "Oh, I have all the power in this situation. He's trying to impress me." A younger woman doesn't really want the older guy to impress her. She wants to have to impress him because that's her mindset. In her entire life, older guys are distinguished, they're sophisticated. I should have to impress them. So when you turn around and you start trying to impress her, it throws her off a little bit, and she loses that attraction. So if a woman says something to you about the clothes you're wearing and makes a comment, "Oh, well, I don't like guys that wear that," and you go, "Thanks for the fashion advice," like kind of sarcastically, and go back to talking about anything, you just passed her test. And that's what she wants, even though she's doing it in a way to kind of throw you off. The more you're able to keep your cool, the more attraction she begins to feel for you. So the third quality that women find attractive is quiet power. Quiet power is when you have an authoritative presence around people, not when you lose your cool and demand things or throw your temper around. Quiet power is when she feels safe around you because you get things done and you don't have to make a big deal about it. You've got to realize that women have to take on the man's role because the guy is so clueless. He doesn't have his act together, and she's got to have that power and kind of dominate things, especially women who are used to dating younger guys. But when she meets an older guy who has that quiet, dominating power, that's really what she finds attractive. She doesn't want to be in the masculine role. A lot of younger guys force her into that because they're just clueless and they don't know what they're doing. They're still figuring life out. So when she meets an older guy and he has that quiet power that gets things done attitude, where when she goes out to a restaurant with you and her, she orders a steak rare and the steak comes well done, and she's kind of nervous to send it back. You just call the waiter over and say, you know, she ordered this rare. Can you have the cook make another one? Just very quiet, very confident. When you do that, you're showing a masculine side that a lot of younger guys don't take the initiative. A lot of younger guys would be scared to call the waiter over. They're afraid they'll spit in the food. They don't have that commanding presence that an older guy has, and women find that really attractive when you present that to them. Now the next quality is integrity. Integrity is when you do what you say you're going to do, and you don't make excuses for yourself. And sometimes what happens to those older men is they kind of take a victim mentality and they start saying things like, well, women only like money. But that's not true. Yes, you cannot be piss poor at 50 years old and expect to be attractive dude. But you don't need to be rich, you just have to be financially stable. You have to just not be so broke that you're living in your parents' basement. But you do have to have integrity because when a woman meets an older guy and he starts making excuses for his situation, that is very much a turn-off. On the other hand, when she meets a guy who says something and then does it, this is a turn-on. So if he says that he's going to take her somewhere, and then he actually shows up and does it, that alone sometimes is enough to differentiate yourself. But having her knowing that she can count on your word is really important, because a lot of guys aren't like that. It's sad seeing guys who have a victim mentality, who blame everybody, but themselves mentality. And it really is a lack of self-responsibility because a responsible person takes on the responsibility for the words you say. So if you're talking to a woman and you're saying things like, well, I could have been more successful with my career, but my old business partner was the one who ruined things. Well, you're not taking responsibility. That's a lack of integrity. Integrity is when you take full responsibility for everything in your life. And the reason that's so attractive to a woman is because she feels safe and secure around a man who has this level of integrity, and not many guys have it, trust me. Now the next quality is claiming. You have to claim things, and if you ever notice the guys in life who are really successful, not just with women but successful with their jobs, their careers, they don't really wait for approval. They don't really wait for the person to come along and say, it's okay, now you can do it. But they claim it. And it's the same thing with women. When you meet a woman and you claim her as being yours, not in a creepy way, but it's just more of a psychological way. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have her. She's gonna be mine. We'll compare that to the average guy. Especially older guys, they lack that certainty so they never claim the woman. I see it all the time because I have discussed so many guys that they're telling me, I met this woman on this site and we went out on a date but I couldn't tell, so I never made a move. Well, that's unattractive. Because as an older guy, you're supposed to be the leader in the interaction. A leader claims what's his. And when you wait for a woman to go, it's okay for you to kiss me now, then you're just not giving her what she wants. Listen, guys have been kissing women forever. Going out on a date with a woman and going for the kiss is human dynamics. That's what two humans do when they're attracted to each other. So by not doing it, you place yourself in the friend zone. A lot of guys say, I always wind up in the friend zone. Why? A woman doesn't put you in the friend zone. You put yourself in the friend zone by the way you act towards a woman. Unfortunately, some nice older guys and nice guys, they act like friends because they're insecure about letting their real intentions be known. Maybe they feel guilty that they're attracted to this woman. Maybe they feel like it's wrong that I'm hitting on my coworker. This woman possibly couldn't like me because she's 10 years younger than me. But the truth is a woman is attracted to your attitude, to your traits, to your overall vibe. So as an older guy, stop obsessing about things like money and start thinking, how can I incorporate being more certain? Being non-reactive is great. A lot of guys get really hung up on this idea that, oh, she's testing me. Oh, women say these things and it throws me off. Learn to love when women do this because when you know how to pass these tests, It's actually a chance to make her more attracted to you. Look for opportunities to demonstrate that quiet power, to show off your integrity and to claim. Take a look at the video currently displayed on your screen. It'll give you tips on how to make her want you more. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time. Goodbye.